See if we can plow through this. I'm just going to give you the amounts for the first page here. So for annually, we get 2674.38. We good with that? Okay, what do we get for part B? 2654.49. Good. Part C? There you go, 262292. And then part D is continuous. So this is going to be PERT. So that's going to be 2,500 times e to the 0.7%. So to convert it to decimal, we divide by 100. So that becomes 0.007. So we're looking at to the power of 0.007 times 4, which comes out to 2570.99. Right? Okay. All right, the next part. Martha makes an investment of $500 in an account that pays 6% interest compounded monthly. So this is not continuous compounding. This is compounding monthly. And we're being asked for an equation. So the amount is equal to 500, the initial investment, times 1 plus 0.06, right? That was my interest rate. Compounded monthly, so divided by 12 to the power of 12t. That's all we have to do for that part. Just coming up with the equation. How much money will Martha have in her account 1 year from now if she never withdraws any money and reinvests the interest? That's what compound interest is. The interest is being reinvested. So we're simply using this same formula, but the t is going to be 1. So it'll be to the 12th power. So that's $530.84. Right? When we say we're reinvesting, we're not withdrawing any money and we're reinvesting the interest. So that's compound interest. Okay. Questions on that one? Okay. Moving down to number 5. We good? Okay. Let's see. A loan shark lends a gambler $1,000 to cover a debt. He charges 35% interest. Wow. Okay. Annual interest compounded continuously. So with these problems, sometimes it is helpful just to go through and underline or highlight the important information. How much does the gambler owe the loan shark at the end of 1 year and then at the end of 2 years? Okay, this is continuous. So the amount is 1,000, right? A equals PERT. Okay, 1,000 times E to the 0.35. And for 1 year, we're going to make that a 1. So this comes out to 1419.07. For 2 years, A will equal 1,000 times E to the 0.35 times 2, which comes out to $2,013.75. Okay. Questions on that? Okay. Last part is a little tricky. The value of a $25,000 car depreciates at a rate of 12% per year. What will the car be worth in 5 years? Okay. So if it depreciates, we're talking about a decay, right? Remember, let me just use this blank space up here. We started off talking about exponential growth and decay functions, right? Then we moved on to compound interest. I'm just going to keep it real simple for now, right? Compound interest is an exponential growth function. We're taking an interest rate, let's say that this is 6%, we'd have something that looks like P times 1.06 to the power of T. P being the initial amount, just like A, and B is the rate of change. Well, in this case, the rate of change 1.06, right? When the B is greater than 1, it's a growth function. When it's less than 1, it's a decay function. So if we are depreciating, this is a decay function. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our initial amount of $25,000, but instead of adding 12%, I'm going to subtract 12%. It depreciates at a rate of 12% per year, so we don't have any compounds to worry about. And this is going to be for 5 years. So my formula looks like 25,000 times 0.88 to the 5th power. This is another example of types of questions you might see on your SAT. They give you, they don't typically ask you to come up with the formula or the equation, but they do ask you what that 0.88 represents, and then they'll give multiple choice questions. Since this is less than 1, I know that I'm losing money. And to figure out how much I'm losing, we subtract it from 1, and that's 12% per year, okay? So this comes out to 13,193.30. That's what my car will be worth in 5 years if it's depreciating 12% per year. Yes, ma'am.
Since like it says rate, wouldn't that be like simple? Why does it simple? If it says rate, wouldn't it go down?
Because it's not going to be, I'm not going to lose 12% of 25,000 every year, because the car's not worth 25,000 anymore. So I'm not going to lose 12% of the original amount every year. It's going to be 12% of whatever the current value is.
So rate doesn't mean.
No, interest rate does not automatically assume simple interest. So let me see, what's 12% of 25,000 is $3,000, right? So the difference would have been, in 5 years I would have lost $15,000, which means my value would only $12,000. So yeah, so we can't assume that it's simple interest just because it says rate. Rate just means the interest rate. So compound interest also has an interest rate. So in a lot of these problems we have to reason through, is this going to be simple or is it compound? And the way we determine if it's compound, are we taking the interest off of the original starting balance, or are we taking the interest off of the new amount? And in this case, it's every year whatever the current balance is, so that would be the new amount. We're taking the 12% of that. Good question. Okay. Okay, we will stop there for today. And then we will look at half-life next week. Yes. It's going to be on this stuff, growth and decay, and also half-life. Okay? No.